equivalent to assuming theta A. Once we have assumed theta A, then rest of the process will be the same as we have done last time. So here in this case, because the orbit is elliptical, so for the transfer orbit, then we can write as transfer orbit 1 Ra, this will be equal to 1 plus E for theta A divided by L. Where L is the semi-lattice spectrum of the transfer orbit. Okay, or for convenience, you can write it as LT to indicate this is for transfer orbit. Similarly, we will have 1 by RC equal to 1 plus T, and this also we can put here as T to indicate this is for the transfer orbit, not for the original ellipse. For theta A plus 1. Dividing one by two or vice versa, 1 by 2 or 2 by 1, whatever you like. So this will be RC by RA. L to LC will cancel out. So, theta A, that is 3 to get PT. So what we get from here, RC plus so what we assumed here, this quantity is assumed, and therefore this is known. This quantity is known. RA, RC, this quantity is known. This is also known. And therefore ET can be computed. So once this job is done, then rest of the process involves whatever we have done in the last class. So the steps involved we can summarize on the next presentation. assume theta So this is equivalent to assuming the periapsis itself with respect to A. It's written the opposite way, but basically what we are doing here, we are assuming the location of the periapsis of the transfer orbit. Then compute ET then compute RA square divided by mu and RC square divided by mu using expression which we have developed earlier. RV square by mu equal to 1 plus 2E cos theta plus E square divided by 1 plus E cos theta, where theta is the true anomaly. So from the assumed periapsis, this theta will be measured. And also use tan phi, which is the phi is the side path angle. These two expressions we need to use to sort out the problem. Find semi-major axis and plus minus we can put here to keep the orbit is hyperbolic, so it will resolve it. So your R is known, B is known, sorry, RV square by mu is known from this place. So once you insert this, A will be known. So in different places you will have different value of RV square by mu, but A will be the same for the transfer orbit. And we will do one problem related to this so that the whole thing becomes clear. So step 5, calculate PAC in the transfer orbit. So basically here we have to use the Kepler's equation in whatever the format we prefer. This is measured from the assumed periapsis. compute TBC in the original orbit using Kepler's equation.
That is overwriting.
Overwriting. Mm, okay. Okay, calculate TAC. Calculate TAC in the transfer orbit using the Kepler's equation. The sixth step is compute in the original orbit, because how much time B is going to take to reach C. So this will be calculated in the original orbit. We are not tampering with that. Only the tempering is done to the A. Compare TBC with TAC. If TBC not equal to TAC, go to 1. Terminate. So this is iterative job. And we do one problem for this, so the whole thing will become apparent how it works. All these problems are given in your the assignments I have given you, and also I have mailed you the write-up and the class notes what I have written using this software. So go through that, and whatever we have covered till today, everything will be included till tomorrow. Everything will be included in the exam. So any day you are free for 2 hours. What will be convenient time for you?
Sir, will we have subjective or objective?
If it is offline, then it will be subjective. If it is online, means if I am successful, I am able to successfully configure in Moodle, then so basically the Moodle problem that is occurring. Otherwise, I would have already taken the exam, given you the exam.
Sir, so if it's objective, then also it's for 2 hours, or then it will be for less time?
Maybe 1 hour in that case.
Okay, sir.
So anytime the day you are free in the afternoon. So find it out and discuss among yourself and tell me the timing. So now we discuss one problem. So this is not ellipse, this is circle. I have drawn a circle, but it looks like an ellipse on this because of the software. Say in a polar orbit, this is your polar orbit. A satellite is moving when r is the radius of the Earth. So 2.5 times the radius of the Earth this orbit is having. And Earth is at the center here. This angle is 30 degrees. Now another satellite, so this is the polar orbit, and then we have also the equatorial orbit. So let us say equatorial orbit is here on this side. And, a satellite is located at A here in this place, and this is moving in equatorial orbit like this. This distance is 1.5 r. Satellite is located here. So this is the equatorial orbit. Eccentricity of the orbit is 0.5. And this happens to be the periapsis of the equatorial orbit. Periapsis of the equatorial. So we have to design impulse such that while A is at satellite A is at A and satellite B is at B, and as the satellite B moves from this place to this place, satellite A has to go start from this place and catch up here at C. You can see that one is moving in mother plane and the B is moving in polar plane while the A is moving in the equatorial plane. And this catching then it requires that the satellite should be in an orbit like this, which is inclined to the equatorial orbit. So this will require giving an impulse here in this point, delta V. Original velocity at V is okay. This will be the final velocity. So we write here is V A prime, and this is delta V. Delta V. So we need to work out this problem, and this requires first of all finding what is the time taken to go from B to C. Because this is in circular orbit, so we can work out quickly uh, how much time it's going to take. So time period in the orbit, this is 2 pi times aq by mu. At the mean angular velocity, then this becomes 2 pi by t, so mu by 51 double is the mean angular velocity. So time to go through this 30-degree angle, how much this will be. so 30 degree. So first we convert this 30 degree into the radian, because here everything has to be in the radian. Time taken for 2 pi angle, this is 2 pi times EQ divided by nu. The time taken for unit radian, this is the 2 pi. Therefore, time taken for this 30 degree, let us write this as pi angle. So this is equivalent to dividing this pi angle by the mean angular rate. And 30 degree is given to us, so 30 degree multiplied by pi by 180, this becomes pi by 6. So pi equal to pi by 6, and inserting it here, EBC here in this case becomes and this time must be matched by time taken in the transfer orbit from A to C. So at the first step, EBC then becomes pi by 6 and AQ divided by mu under root. Here this is circular orbit, therefore we do not have much trouble. And this will be 2.5 r, where r is the radius of the earth, which we take as 6378 kilometers. P equal to 2.5 r 63. And mu for the earth, this is 6, this 698, no, so not 698, this is 398, 0, 3986 double. So also this is written as 0.3986 into 10 to the power. So this is for the mu earth. Mu earth means mass of the earth times the universal gravitational constant. Putting this 398,600, this is approximated value, not exact. The under root of this. There we have taken mu earth equal to 398,600 kilometer cubic per second square, and r equal to 6378 kilometers. Now, as we have stated, we need to assume theta a. So, as a second step, assume theta a, which here in this case we are taking it to the 340 degree. This simply implies that the orbit we are considering, here let us say this is x, and or either we can take this as the z axis. Okay, this is x and this is y. The flight is going like this, and we have to start here in this place and go up to this point. So theta A taking 340 degree, that simply implies that your theta A has to be taken in this transfer plane from this place to this place. So this will be ahead of it. So this constitutes theta A. And this is the periapsis of the transfer orbit.
Sir, this
Yes.
theta equal to 340 is a given information.
No, this is assumed. This is what I have written here. Assumed.
Sir, so like, uh, how did you get this
See,
340? Like,
this will require little bit of working. You can assume it to be maybe 5 degree, and then you will see that what the result is coming, whether it's matching or not. Then you have to change it again, and basically, what ultimately you will get to the ET, the equation we have written. So if you see that here the time of transfer is 1670 seconds. Now, if your time of transfer using uh, what we are going to compute now, if it is coming larger than this one, so that means you have to send it in the faster orbit. So accordingly, in the expression for ET, you have to change the theta value. So if you are able to visualize little bit using the graphics, then you will be very close to this assumption of theta. Otherwise, you have to do it by some iteration. Even after doing
got it,
this,
sir.
even after assuming this, we need to do some iteration.
Okay, sir.
So some graphics you have to do, or otherwise you just take some random value, because the periapsis, wherever you are trying to do the transfer, periapsis will lie nearby. So theta A equal to 340 degree if we assume it, and use this equation Vt equal to Rc cos theta A plus phi. Here in this case, the phi angle which you have to transfer from this place to this place, this is your phi. Again, so let me draw here. From here to here, this constitutes your phi angle. Because this is the point A and this is the point C here in this. B is lying somewhere in. So this phi here in this case is equal to 90 degrees. So this is simplified. And RC is known to us. RA is also known to us. RA is 1.5 R. RC is 2.5 R. Cos theta is minus 5 R. Cos theta is plus RR will cancel out, and once you insert the value of theta here in this place, so here phi equal to this is phi already we have inserted, so it is 90 degree. So theta A assumed value is 340 degree. So once we insert it, we will get Vt equal to 1.8. So this is a hyperbolic transfer orbit. Now for this ET value, we have to use the Kepler's equation and find out how much time it's going to take from A to C. Just to compute TBC, assume theta A and then compute. This is the third step here. So the fourth step is compute RA square divided by mu to find out what is the value of A. because the E we have just now calculated, this is nothing but ET of the transfer orbit for 340 degree plus 9.2 square. This turns out to be 2.70. So 2. This is non-dimensional quantity. Because this in expression, everything is non-dimensional on the right hand side. Okay, next we can calculate what is the semi-major axis of the transfer orbit. Already we have seen that this transfer orbit is hyperbolic, so we write it this way. So RA is 1.5 R divided by 2.72 minus 2. $30,287 kilometers. And this information will be used in computing the Kepler's equation. Compute TSC. And for this we need to use the expression. So TSC means TA minus TC. For the transfer orbit, if you divide it by 2, this is from the previous discussion. While we were working with the Kepler's equation, we did it in detail. So basically, you need to work it out. For TA, phi equal to 0, and for I have written opposite way, this is TC minus T. TC minus TA. So for TA, phi equal to 0, and for TC, phi equal to pi by 2. So here the quantity A is known, mu is known, Pt is known, because we have computed this quantity is pi by 2. So therefore, once we insert the values, this can be worked out. So basically what we have to do is, this is appearing as an integrand. So here we just need to write it like this, Kt 3 by 2. Okay. And let us say this is the integrand I. So we can write here I pi by 2 is 0. this is to be evaluated. So on evaluation, this gives TAC equal to 2030, while our TBC is 1676. So that means satellite from B to C is reaching earlier as compared to the satellite from A to C. So we must send it in a faster orbit. In faster orbit means it's a more elliptical or more it's hyperbolic. So as step 7, TBC equal to 1670 seconds, while TAC equal to 2030 seconds. So TBC is not equal to TAC. Therefore, choose a new value. We chose uh, we chose first the 340 degrees. So reducing by a small quantity 338 degree. Corresponding it turns out to be 2.2. Following the same procedure, and TAC turns out to be 1670 seconds approximately equal to 3. So that means your periapsis of the transfer orbit is located from A at certain angle which is 338 degrees. So we are measuring the angle anti-clockwise. We are going from, say, this is point A and periapsis is lying here. So you are going starting from periapsis and going all the way up to this point, and this is your 330 degrees. So it's a line, periapsis is lying ahead of the A. Okay, once this part is done, the rest of the things remaining is to find out how much impulse is required. For this, we will require the flight path angle knowledge also. The rest of the things we need to work out here in the space. In the original equatorial orbit at K, RA VA square divided by mu, this will be equal to 1 plus 2e cos theta plus E square divided by 1 plus 2 cos theta. We use this equation in the original orbit. So for the original orbit, this position was periapsis itself of the original orbit. And therefore theta equal to 0. So theta equal to 0. And the orbit eccentricity is given to be 0.5. This is for the original orbit. So this becomes 1 plus 2 times 0.5 plus 0.5 square 2.25 divided by 1.5. Okay, this is fine, 2.25. So this will be 1.5. So RAVA square divided by mu in the original orbit, 1.5. And because RA is known, mu is known, and therefore VA can be computed. So therefore VA can be obtained from this case, and this turns out to be 1.5 times mu 398600 divided by RA. RA is 1.5 times R is the radius of the Earth, 6378 kilometers, and this under it. This turns out to be 7.905 44 something, so 7.9054 46, and we can approximate this as 1.905 kilometers per second. In the equatorial orbit. And this will decide how much impulse you need to give. Now we have to find out the flight path angle at A. The situation is looks like this one. That light will be given an impulse here in this point. So this is VA prime, and VA was on initially here in this direction. So this VA is 7.905 kilometer per second. This we have to work out. Okay. Moreover, the flight path angle is to be decided. And already we see that this orbit is inclined to the jet plane by 30 degrees. So it so happens that if we look here in the, let us say this is B and C, and this point is A. This point is your A, and somewhere this is your C. So if we look in the plane of the transfer orbit, here orbit will appear something like this. And here how much, because this is not the perigee position of the transfer orbit, and therefore your velocity vector will be inclined to this, either here in this direction, so this is your VA prime, while your original velocity vector is in the xz plane, and while this is in the transfer plane. So there is difference, and this angle will be denoted by phi then. So this phi can be positive or either it can be negative. So here, as in this case, we see this phi which is shown inside. So if it is like this, then we have to break it into two portions. Let us say this is O, so this point will become O. So this will be here VA prime cos sin phi, and this will be VA prime cos phi. And then look through this. This is point A, and this is your VA prime cos phi. And this angle is given to be 30 degrees. So in this direction, along the x direction, this is the x direction. So here it becomes VA prime cos phi times cos 30 degrees. and vertically up along the y direction. This is the y direction, so along this direction this becomes VA prime cos phi times sin 30 degree. And along the z direction, which already we have seen, this is the negative z direction, negative z direction. So after the impulse, this is what we get, Vz equal to minus Va prime, or later on we will write it, just we write Va prime sin phi, depends on the value of the phi, and Vz, and then we have Vx equal to Va prime cos phi into cos 30 degree, and Vy equal to Va prime cos phi into sin 30 degree. So these are the three expressions, and only along the x direction you have this initial velocity. So Vx originally and Vx prime after impulse. This is after impulse, and this is before impulse. Because this is purely the equatorial orbit, so you do not have any, and also the perigee position A. Therefore, you do not have any velocity along the y-axis and the x-axis in the equatorial orbit. So this gives you delta V A along the x direction. Just 1 minute. Hello. Got the point?
Sir, can you repeat the last point that why only the difference between the x direction velocity will
Okay.
give?
Others are hearing?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? Because nobody is asking any question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here, the point A is here, okay, and this is your equatorial orbit, and you are giving impulse here in this point and sending it out of plane. So here you have velocity which is taken as Va, while the impulse is somewhere, it's going like this. This is out of plane. This is written as Va prime. So as I have shown you through this figure, if this vector is going inside like this, it may also come out depending, it depends all on the perigee position of the transfer orbit. This is the x direction. Here this is the x direction we have written, O, and z direction, and this is the y direction. And this is your Va prime. And Va is along this direction because this is the perigee position of the elliptical orbit. Yes, elliptical equatorial orbit. So therefore, the velocity is along this direction here, Va. And from there, then what we are doing, that we are constructing, it's a little difficult to show this
Sir,
portion, but I will show
sir,
you. Just wait.
sir, that part is clear. Only
Uh,
the like the
that is what I am showing you. What your question, I will just respond to you. Let me make another figure. This is the z direction we have taken, and somewhere your this is the polar orbit on this side. Okay, so this is the position C. This is the position B. So what we do, that we draw a box like this. and your orbit, the transfer orbit has to start from this place and it is going inward. So now you can see that your velocity vector is directed along this direction, which is VA prime. Original velocity vector is along this direction because this is the perigee of that original orbit of the equatorial orbit. But the point.
Yes, sir.
Then the angle between this line and this line, this is your phi. Immediately you can see from here that if this is VA prime, so this becomes VA prime cos phi, and along this direction you will have VA prime sin phi. This angle, let us say this is 30 degree here. In this case, we can assume this to be some other angle. Let us say this is beta. Accordingly, we need to break it here. So one component, this will be VA prime cos phi and cos sin beta, and this will be VA prime cos phi into cos beta. So these are the three components you are getting. So your velocity vector originally is only along the x-axis. This is point O, this is the z, here this is x and this is y. So originally it is only x-axis, and this is not having any component along the y and z direction, isn't it? Because
Yes,
this is
sir.
at the perigee. So therefore, VA and VA prime, writing all these things, VA prime cos phi cos beta minus VA, this gives you delta VA along the x direction. While delta VA along the y direction, this will be simply your VA prime cos phi into sin beta. And delta VA along the z direction, this will be given as VA prime as shown here. And so along other directions, you do not have to worry, but along the x direction, you need to subtract it here. It depends on the situation. Had it been some other orbit, not the equatorial orbit, so in that case, proper value of the initial velocity vector has to be resolved along the x, y, and z direction of your resistance frame and work it out. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Time is it's already 1 o'clock. Can you wait for 2 minutes if you are not in hurry? Any other class right now? Can I continue?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay, sir.
Just few minutes so that I will wind up this problem. So tan phi, using the earlier equation you can compute, this turns out to be minus 15.69 degree. That means it's a going inside the, say here, this is the point O and this is the z direction, and this is the point you are considering. And here this is your x direction. So this x direction constitutes the, and this is the perigee position, and for the transfer orbit also this trajectory is starting from this place for the transfer orbit. So for the transfer orbit, where the tangent will lie. Okay, this is obviously because your vector is along this direction, so tangent will be along the x-axis. So here in this case, this velocity vector, it's making this angle with this of phi. Okay, because the plane is inclined, so we have to consider it in the inclined plane. This is 30 degree. Okay, with the inclined plane, this vector and this vector, they are perpendicular to each other. So this becomes the tangent direction. So from tangent direction, we measure this phi, and where this phi is minus 15.69 degree. So that means the velocity vector is going inside. This is VA prime. Okay, along this, we have VA. So this you can compute using the previous equation we have written, tan phi equal to E sin theta by 1 plus E cos theta. Okay, so this point P in the transfer orbit, it has to be measured from the periapsis, and where theta here in this case is nothing but theta equal to theta A equal to theta T. So this turns out to be 15.69 degree. And once you have got this, then VAX, as we have written, so this will be VA prime cos 15.69 degree. So approximately, let us write this as the 15 degree, and then cos 30 degree. Similarly, VAY, this is VA prime cos 15 degree. Because this is a minus sign, comes with a minus sign, so this is negative angle, and negative angle phi equal to minus 15 degree. So negative angle, it does not make any difference for the cos, so this remains as it is, and then this becomes sine 30 degree, and VA prime HZ, then this becomes VA prime sine minus 15 degree. So you can see that here in this case, the impulse is required inward along the z direction. So VA prime VA prime similarly can be computed using RA times VA prime square divided by mu to 1 plus 2e cos theta A plus E square divided by 1 plus E cos theta A. So from the perigee position, this angle is given to be 338 degree. So once we insert this value here, so this turns out to be 11 point VA equal to 11.63 kilometers per second if you compare this. So insert this value here and insert all these values here. Therefore, VAX prime, this comes out to be 9.723 kilometers per second. VAY 5.61 kilometers per second, and this comes out to be minus 3.01 kilometers per second using this particular value. So the total impulse required along the, and this becomes your delta Vz, this becomes delta Vy, and for delta Vx we have to delta Vx, we need to write here delta Vax prime minus Vx. So this is 9.728 minus, and originally we have velocity 7.905. So we subtract that 7.905. Should be around 0.822 kilometers per second. So this is the impulse required along the x direction, this is along the y direction, this is along the z direction. And this is how the transfer is planned. And of course, thereafter, because your impulse is not given just at one point, your rocket motor will always fire over a certain period of time. So those things are numerically then computed. But this gives you that how much impulse is required, so how much propellant will be required. And thereafter you can do using the continuous impulse you are giving. So accordingly, what will be the velocity at every instant, it can be computed numerically using computer programming. But this is the process of doing the orbit transfer, and this is valid for all kinds of transfer, provided it is the impulse is given at a point. For the continuous one, you have to do it numerically by numerical integration. So we stop here, and so you discuss among yourself and tell me the time, and we finish the first exam, because by 15th of November perhaps our semester is ending. I would like to wind up the whole thing.
Also, sir, in the if subjective type comes, then will it be only numerical or proofs and all will be there too?
Uh,
And
just assume that anything it can be.
can we like refer to our notes during
Yes,
the?
yes, okay, open book, open book.
Okay, sir.
No problem. Shivam,
Present,
please
sir.
respond to your